Welcome back, you efficiency enthusiasts. My name, of course, is Albert Potato. This is Factory Town. That's right. So, a quick little recap where we left off last time. The necklaces just started being produced in the enchanters, and that production is looking pretty good, actually. It looks like we're managing to fairly efficiently get all of the resources that we need to get over to the enchanters. The only thing that we're perhaps a little bit short on is this earth power crystal stuff, which we sorted out at the very end of the last episode, and it looks like there are too few in the system at this moment in time. We're still throwing a couple around the refresher course, I was a way to say, the recharging ring, but we could probably do with a few more rechargers in here. So if we get that set up, then that might just make things flow a little bit more smoothly. We also could probably do with getting some metal belt in here just to make sure that everything is super duper efficient and that it all works, because what we really need in order to make the necklaces more quickly is a better supply of earth crystals. So that is what we are going to go and do. Very chuffed with that. Okay, that's looking really nice. So we did that over the course of the last episode. We needed, I can't even remember how many it was. We needed 20 necklaces and 1,000 purple coins in order to level up. However, all of our excess necklaces can and will be sold, for purple coins at the the specialty goods store. So we can look forward to getting that set up a little bit later on. However, we're like 95% of the way along the crown construction route as well. The only thing that is remaining for us to set up is air power, and air power needs a similar sort of setup to this over here, which is actually relatively easy for us to do. We need to find the Earth Temple. The Earth Temple, but for air. So I guess you would probably call that the Air Temple. We did have it. We did have it discovered. It is over here. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do with this, and how do we want to get it set up? Well, we need to get the crystals delivered somehow. Crystals at the moment are being stored in a barn near the Earth Temple. Is there latitude to perhaps do the same sort of thing? I mean, kind of, actually. So if I take a copy of this barn here, building is blocked. There's some potatoes cheekily hiding just behind there. So if I take this barn, in fact, let's not even do it with a barn. Let's just do it with a silo. Then I swing this silo around here. And then we look to, as soon as the potatoes get themselves out of the way, us potatoes always getting in the way of things. All right, so then we put that over there. Excellent. Okay, so this will be a supply route. This will be a supply route for crystals, as long as we're able to get a boat and set up a supply route over there. That shouldn't be too much of a problem at all. See, there we go. Excellent. We can just set up the supply route right now. It's not super complicated. It's not super fancy. Literally just that. Okay. Excellent. So that is the easy half. The slightly more complex half is getting airstone, I believe. We've got 2 pockets of reasonably substantial airstone, and we need to just get that into the temple. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clear up the trees around this area. Okay, and also the carrots as well, because what I basically want to do is I want to set up a mine. I want to set up a couple of elemental refineries. And that will be that. Okay, why are there so many carrots over here? Is there a joke that I'm missing out on? Is there a joke where the punchline is a carrot? As a potato, I do like jokes where the punchlines are carrots. It's of immense satisfaction to me. Right, don't destroy the coal just in case you need it. However, all of the plant life can go. Right, so we need a mine. Excellent. Mine is pretty darn easy. I am a little bit apprehensive, by the way. Well, firstly, about the fact that we still do not have enough reinforced planks. I do want to fix that over the course of this episode, and I do actually have an idea about how we go about doing that. I do actually have an idea about how we go about doing that, which I'll talk about, I guess, right now. The problem is that the train is just loading. The train is just it's just flipping loading. It's just flipping loading the same planks back on as it's taking off. So what I was thinking of doing is actually splitting the loading capability and the unloading capability up. Now, this is a little bit of a pain in the backside, but it's gonna make this whole process just like a billion times easier. All that we need to do is really divert... Yeah, we literally just need to divert these belts into this brand new station, and then all of the planks can be offloaded into this station, then offloaded into the barn, and then this train station can load all of the reinforced planks. It's not a perfect solution, and obviously it involves having 2 train stations, which I'm not a huge fan of, frankly, because it does look a little bit ridiculous, and it would be nice if we could just do it with 1 train station. However, given that we don't have the ability to control, or at least we don't have the ability to control in the way that we want to, what is going into the train, I don't really think that we have any choice, quite frankly. So, you know what, we're just gonna have to deal with, that. Excellent. Up there. Oh, you twit, potato. You twit. You totally deserved it. Right. Scaffold blocks just to make sure that the belt knows exactly the route that it needs to follow. And then down into there. I think that is more than enough clearance, isn't it? I believe so. It does look a little bit funky, but it looks kind of fresh at the same time, you know? We like a little bit of fresh. We like a little bit of funk. That's not too bad in my books. Okay, ditch these reinforced planks. I know, I don't want to ditch the reinforced planks, but that's okay. All right, so loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of planks are going to be coming in here. They're all going to be unloaded, and then there's nothing to load up here anyway, but even if there was, then that's fine. Okay, I think that's good. We don't want to hold until full. That's absolutely not something that we want to do. Excellent. Okay. So that is one of the amendments that I wanted to make to the rail route. I absolutely did. I also wanted to experiment with something. I also want to experiment with the idea of getting a second train on this route. As crazy as it sounds, I think that we may just be able to pull it off, where we're able to get a second train on this route, and we still only have 1 track. Because, you know, sure, we could double this track. We could make a, you know... Oh, idiot potato. You could make a track that is one going in one direction, one going in another direction. However, I'm actually like I'm almost determined to see if we can try and maybe use a little transport fever trick. That's right. So this gets one way. This gets one way. This gets one way. This gets one way. Will that really make a difference? So will we be able to sort of have a secondary train in here? See, the problem is that it's definitely possible to do. However, signal gate block will only pass messages if the gate is open. Now, I think agent trigger. I mean, I think this is what we need, right? So I think we need to test. I think we need to test if... We need to test. We need to test. We need to test. We need to get something set up. This is definitely possible, but I feel like I'm gonna absolutely mess this up. So we have an agent trigger on here, right? Which triggers. So as soon as it enters, it triggers like a stop block. For example, a blocker, or indeed just a barrier gate. A barrier gate would be fine, but a stop block is probably a little bit more. It's probably a little bit more nuanced. And we add a logic link over there, so then that stops the train, and therefore we allow the other train to pass. Is that remotely gonna work? It doesn't. It's not a very smart system. It doesn't feel like a very smart system. It doesn't look like a very smart system. Not at all. Okay. But we can copy a train. Okay. Stick that in there, and then copy a couple of minecarts. Cool. But then again, how are we gonna untrigger it? You see, this is part of the problem. This is part of the problem, and I guarantee that if I just delete all of this, which is fine and all that, there we go. On you go. If I delete all of this, then I'm almost certain that this loop will not work in the way that I want it to. Also, because we don't have any fuel on this train, it is painfully slow. It needs to get all the way back to that end of the track in order to be powered. Okay, you know what? Delete that entire endeavor. It was a disaster. Total disaster. Okay. Maybe going for a sort of bi-directional track is what we need. 5 carriages. Excellent. Maybe that is the golden ticket here. All right, wonderful. Chugga 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 choo choo times 2. 2 chugga 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 choo choos. Excellent. Okay. So far, so good. To be honest, I wonder. I feel like I'm close, actually. I feel like I'm really, really close. Let me see this again. Okay, so that goes in there, right? The problem is that I need a block that senses if there is. All right, hold up. I think we've got something. Okay, the signal gate is the signal gate what I want. I mean, the signal gate really doesn't seem to have the functionality that I need. I feel like I need a blocker, to be honest. I feel like I need a blocker. Hold up. Agent trigger. Okay, all right. This is quickly descending into Orbital tries to do something which he is absolutely not qualified to do. However, timer block, right? Timer duration. Let's say 10 seconds for now. I think that's 10 seconds anyway. Okay, this is definitely not gonna work, but you know what? Roll with me just for a second here, folks. Okay, so the agent trigger is gonna be connected to the timer block. The timer block is gonna be connected to the other block. Okay, so this rides through there. The timer block is activated. Right, that gets turned off, and then it's blocked in there, and then when the timer's up, does it change to the other direction? I feel like it doesn't. It would be kind of nice though. I mean, that is like a simple, like a very, very simple sort of clock timer that would allow for what we're after here, you know? Yeah, but unfortunately, I do not have the competency. I do not have the competency to deal with that. Alternatively, maybe we just get a longer train. Like, maybe we just get a longer train. Is that the answer to this conundrum? Also, I mean, this system model seems to work perfectly. I say it works perfectly. It absolutely does not work perfectly. Okay, you know what, Potato? This is you're trying to take shortcuts here. You're trying to take shortcuts, and it's not working out. Okay, here's the thing. We're either gonna go for a double track, or we're gonna go for a longer train. Longer train seems like a short-term solution, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's flip and go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's probably all that we can afford to do, given that we've got quite a sharp turn over here. Either way, look, it's gonna improve the log situation, the reinforced plank situation tremendously. We're already up to 100 planks, so we've already done what we were supposed to do, i.e., we've already improved the amount of planks that are being produced. So that's fine. Also, I should have mentioned that we're just going to let the earth crystal production run pretty much indefinitely. We may not need to, but we will. Right, so let's return to this area. Let's clean up the stone over here so that we've got a clear run. We can clean up the whole area, actually. That's fine. Okay, airstone. I wasn't able to build a mine before. That was the problem. That was exactly the problem. Right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a mine. There we go. Wonderful. He's only gone and done it. He's only gone and found it. Airstone. Airstone, wonderful. Elemental refinery times 2. Please, video game. What do we need? We need 40. We need flipping 40 reinforced planks. But, we'll get that very, very shortly indeed. Okay, elemental refinery, you are going to refine to air ether. Wonderful. You do need mana power, but that's fine. We'll get that. We'll get that momentarily. Don't even worry about it. And then, do we have a storage? Do we have a storage area over here? We do indeed have a storage area over here. Right, so we'll get a storage area over here too. I want to have a pretty standard setup. A pretty standard but pretty scalable setup. I don't think that there is anything that we need. I don't think that there's anything we need to do with air ether or earth ether or anything like that. But it's always nice to have. It's always nice to have like a huge amount of backlog. Just means that there's more latitude for something to go wrong, you know, which I like a lot. Right. So this system is gonna get a little addition. Sure. And right over there. Literally that simple. Literally that simple. We're going to copy and paste a splitter. We're going to probably need a couple of additional... We're going to need a couple of additional crystals into circulation. But that is completely fine. That's a... Potato, you dingus. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's a barn. That's a barn. That barn does not need mana power. Trust me. The barn will survive without mana power. It's actually the elemental refinery that needs the power. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Truly an embarrassing mistake. It's a disaster. Yeah, I'm just gonna let these crystals run around so that we don't waste any more, because I don't really want to do that. It doesn't actually require a super large amount of power, but there we go. Also, look at the amount of reinforced planks that we're able to build now. I should have done that. I should have done that station change a long time ago, because it was really getting to the point where we could not sustain. Well, first of all, our red coin income without the reinforced planks. But also, reinforced planks are like a key building component, apparently, for just like everything in the late game. So it was about time that we got that set up. Okay. Next, we're gonna just belt right across here, right into there, right into there, right into there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's throw a barn down right next to the front of there, and that is the humble air crystal dunzo. We got it, or we will have it very soon indeed. We do need a bunch of ether, but you know, I think a belt at 1x speed is honestly fast enough. Certainly, we found that it was fast enough in the case of the Earth Temple. We've got no ether issues at all. Speaking of issues, it's not an issue, but it's something that I want to do. I do want to see if I can try and perhaps buy out the rest of this land over the course of this episode. I'm just thinking, since I've got so many flippin' yellow coins, I don't know what it is, but gourmet foods is just going absolutely gangbusters. Level 5 houses, flippin' love gourmet foods. The most gourmet, the most lovely. Veggie stews, they're not a huge fan of. There's 20 still left in the shop. But meat stews, holy cow, meat stews are popular. Meat stews are popular. What do we need? We need beef. Is that what we need? We need more beef. And the reason that we're not getting more beef is because downstream we ain't getting enough beef because we ain't getting enough animal feed. And that's because we ain't shipping enough animal feed to this grain mill over here. Okay, you know what? Let's fix that. Let's fix that right now. We can literally just add another chute. Just in here. There we go. Excellent. It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. And that's going to give us way more grain. And that grain is almost all going to be devoted to this pasture over here. Cool. Yep. I mean, look, maybe we want to get additional upgrades over here somewhere, but to be honest, I think that extra beef production is probably fine. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Throw in a couple of upgrades. Earth crystals? Sure. All right, maximum pasteurization. No, that's something different. Maximum pasture. It's a maxture. Something like that. I don't know. Let me do this so we can actually get a diverted amount of animal feed coming across from a different source as well. So that should increase the amount of beef production that we get by a lot. I hope anyway. I hope that it does. I hope that it does. I think that everything should be fine there. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good. So that's going to be a little bit more beef. Should give us a little bit more meat stew, which is great. Okay, how are we going to solve this next problem? So here's the problem, folks. Here is the problem. The problem is as follows. Also, we don't have mana power over here. That is entirely my bad for not connecting up. There we go. Not connecting up this. Wonderful. All right, we're back on the mana power train. Brilliant. And ditch this. Wonderful. Okay, so that's going to be a good supply of air ether. It should be more than we require, to be honest. I mean, it's already more than we require, really, but that's fine anyway. It's costing us yellow coins in order to make these crystals. What's it costing us? It's costing us 10 purple coins in order to make the purple crystals, the earth crystals. I mean, that's not necessarily a problem. Also, holy heck, look at the amount of wood that we don't have here anymore. Oh my goodness. This long train has, like, completely changed the way that this area works. And I, for one, am happy about it. This is good news. This is very good news. Alright, upgrade that. Excellent. Yep, this is looking great. I'm super duper happy with the amount of reinforced planks that we've got. That is excellent. Not super happy with the speed at which this tree farm is growing. Is it called a tree farm? Sure, a tree farm. It's called a tree farm. It's official. It's a tree farm. Not super how happy this tree farm is growing trees though. Yeah, maybe we need to get a couple of additional tree planters down. Sure, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Right there, right there. Excellent. And remove this. Wonderful. Right, so I'm sort of just figuring that, you know, the more trees, the merrier, or whatever. There we go. No. Tree. Tree. Loads and loads of trees. Wonderful. Alright. That should be fine. I'm sure we'll never need any more trees than that, he says, optimistically. Man, we got a lot of pipes. We got a lot of pipes waiting to be turned into mana pipes, which is good because I've been putting off how the heck we're gonna deal with this air crystal situation. Like, there needs to be some sort of route. There needs to be some sort of route over to... There needs to be some sort of air power route all the way over to here. Like, this is the area that we need air power. Could we just put, like, an air power area over here? Oh, I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have them sent via... I'd rather have the stuff sent via transmitter, to be honest. Let me see if we can do this. I know that there is a way that we can do this, and it's pretty important that we do get it set up. But I'm really quite determined to make sure that we've got an independent loop for each and every type of resource. Okay, transmitter, recycler, and receiver. We're probably not going to do the receiving and recycling over here, but the transmission we are going to do over here for sure. Okay, so grab a copy of this. Underground belt. Underwater belt. Why is that even a thing, video game? I would dearly love it if you didn't do it underwater, because it's so stupid. So stupid, and it's never necessary. Anyway, let's transmit over here. Let's grab ourselves some mana pipes. Yeah. Okay, hold up. So, I mean, look, we can go into the x-axis here. I know we're occupied over here, but that's fine. So, I mean, or we could go into the other axis. What is this? The Z axis? The YZ tab? Oh, flippin' heck. This is ridiculous. Right, no. I want to go up. Give me the option to go up. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Can I go up higher? Alright. Excellent. What if I go into the overhead view? Will that show? It will show, but it will not show. Nah, it will. Okay, so it will show, but it won't. But it won't actually show in that way. Okay, well, this is gonna look a little bit funky, but I think it's the only way that we can reliably go about solving this problem. Okay, so we're gonna create mana pipe all the way out here. We've got loads and loads of mana pipe, so we don't even need to worry about it. It's gonna cost 200 or so. That is a, like, long... That is an ugly, ugly bend. But look, that's fine. If it works, it works. It means that we're not conflicting the earth route and the other route, whatever the heck that is called, the air route. Okay. Now, is there a way for me to connect up? Like, if I connect up this... Oh, flippin' heck. Okay, does that connect? So that connects up. It needs to be reversed, obviously. Oh, flip. Okay, that worked just about as well as I expected it to work, to be honest with you. I guess that shows why this is a tough situation for us to work in. The grid overlay is very, very helpful in this circumstance, but again, it's kind of important that we can't. It's important that we don't deal with this, that we don't have the conflict there. As much as it is a pain in the backside to deal with, there is a way. There is a way. No, we want this one. Right. So then we come up. Okay, so down to the bottom, down to the ground. No. Whoops. Try again, potato. Try again. Okay, so that does actually do it. That does actually do it. However, we need to get another. We need to get an output over here somewhere. Which is less than ideal, I would say. So let's see if we can try this again. Okay, delete that. Okay, there we go. It's so difficult to flip and see what elevation these pipes actually are at. Yeah, we need to go from here into there. Okay, however, I don't think that quite... That doesn't solve the problem, does it? No, that doesn't solve the problem. It may look like it's connected, but it's absolutely not connected. Which means that I think we need to go down another level. Oh, this cannot be worth the hassle that we're going through. Building pipes in 3 dimensions. This definitely is not worth the hassle that we're going through. Okay. All right, new plan. New crazy plan. New crazy plan. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I've got a joyous idea. I know that I've just wasted like a gazillion crystals there, but that's fine. Go into grid overlay. Okay. Just check for reference. Let me design real quick an output over here. Make sure that we give it enough space, because goodness knows we'll need it for what's coming next. Okay. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this pipe into this area, so we're gonna aim for literally here. Right? So far, so good. And we're gonna come down to here. Excellent. So far, so good. Can we go below that? Is that possible for us to go below? Doesn't look like it's possible because of the airstone. I know that I said I wanted to keep this airstone, but you know what? It's gonna be okay just to remove one smidgeroony, isn't it? All right, down to the bottom. Excellent. Okay, now what we can do from here, I hope, is we do something which allows us to put it back into a transmitter. Okay, so if I do this, am I allowed to put the pipes back into the transmitter? And is it just going to be able to retransmit them? No, unfortunately it's not, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so what this means is that we just need to get a mana receiver, and it needs to be smushed in here. Right. Mana receiver. Oops. Right in there. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the conventional. Now that we're going to go back to the conventional, because we're already in this loop here. Right? I hate this. I hate it. It's not good. It's not even slightly good. Look, I understand your concerns. I appreciate, I receive them. It was the best I could come up with. Okay, I'm sort of leading towards like every system should have that. Every system should have that sort of like highway delivery system, and then a localized little loop. As much as it seems ridiculous, it's probably the right thing to do. Okay, so we're gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this little purple loop for a little while. So this purple loop, I'm actually gonna get to go all the way around the edge here, and right around here. Brilliant. Which just gives us a whole bunch of additional space. A whole bunch of additional space to play around with, and the little red loop. What am I talking about? Potato, get on the same page. The loop, the air loop, can go around and can just be recycled over here, because at the moment this is the only area that we need air. And to be honest, we've got this stupid, ridiculous pipe that is catering for air at this moment in time. So you know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, Potato. I'm just telling myself this is a fine situation to be in. May not look fine, but it's fine enough. It's okay. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Good stuff. Then we need belt coming out the back here. Conveyor belt. Brilliant. Back into a transmitter. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get that all linked up. Thank goodness we're now operating in this overhead view, because boy oh boy oh boy, that was a challenge. That was a challenge to operate in the physical world. Either way, throughout all that, we managed to acquire some crowns, which is kind of excellent. Really, really good, in fact. We're doing good. I'm happy with this. This is looking great, actually. How's our train system doing over here? Oh, you idiot. You unbelievable idiot. Right, well, here's the solution. In fact, no, that's not a solution. Solution is move this silo over here. Move that fuel loader over there. You do the fuel thing over there. Just don't walk onto the track like an idiot. There we go. Okay, so that's going to return us to full crown production, full necklace production. We need gold. We need gold for crowns. How much gold do we have? We actually have plenty of gold. How many gold bars? It's 2 gold bars for crowns. Ah, little issue over here that I didn't spot earlier, but that shouldn't be too much of a pain in the backside to deal with. But there we go. Excellent. Cool. Wonderful. And take that away, take that away. That down in there. Oh man, that's looking nice. That's looking real nice. It's looking real nice. Very, very chuffed with that. So that's going to be gold, that's going to be iron, that's going to be all of the requirements to make a crown or two, right? How am I going to get the resources from here over to the specialty goods store? Oh, flippin' heck. Don't ask me all the difficult questions all at once. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We just got air power. Just give me a moment to be happy with myself, to be happy with my performance. And, you know, truth be told, I'm very happy with my performance. Look at this. Look at all of these reinforced planks that we're selling. Oh, this is brilliant. Okay, so I mean, we can hit that level 8 base upgrade as soon as we're ready. I am ready to do just that because we're only going to need to spend these crowns and these necklaces once, and then the rest can be moved to the specialty goods store. And holy cow, that's going to give us a ridiculous number of coins. So very, very much looking forward to that when that happens. But yeah, I am still concerned. How the heck am I going to get the output from here over to the specialty goods store? It may involve another train. Maybe. It may involve another train. Okay, let's hit the upgrade. Let's get it. House max increased by 20. Oh my goodness. Also, a mana reactor, which is going to unlock a mana reactor, fire temple, water temple, earth temple, air temple, omni pipe transmission, and an omni planter, which I know for a fact allows me to plant stone sources, which is really, really nice indeed. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Temporary decrease of happiness, I know. Also, it's weird that the house models return to level 1 houses as soon as you move them, which is quite amusing. It's like they never got upgraded. All right. The whole reason for doing that is that I think that should allow us to squeeze in a whole bunch more houses, which I'm very, very excited about. A whole bunch of additional houses, eh? How exciting. Right, 20 houses we got to fit in this area. I mean, I don't really think that we're going to have any issues doing that. There we go. I think, does that still count as being within the zone? I don't know. We'll have a little investigation in just a second. Alright. That in there. That in there. Look at that. That definitely counts as being within the zone. Okay, so... This looks so professional, does it not? This looks so professional. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2. Is that our max? We need one more. Sure. We can actually fit one more house in over here if we need to, but I doubt we'll really need to be honest. That just leaves us with one road to build. Or does it? Have I doofed this up? I've doofed this up a little bit. Okay. Don't mind me. Just doofing things up. Right, wonderful. Move that. Sure. Actually, that's a much better place. That's a much better place. Right, let's get all of these houses upgraded. Look at that. Okay, so the demands are going to go off the charts. I mean, this is a huge increase in the number of houses that we've got. From 40 all the way up to 60. The maximum population that we can have is going to increase from about 400 all the way up to about 600. How insane is that? It's very, very insane. Not to mention all the research that we now need to do. This research, by the way, I believe will need to be done with specific different types of crystals. Also, I've just realized I've not been upgrading houses all the way to level 5, or at least the last couple of houses haven't been upgraded to level 5, because I've run out of reinforced planks yet again. Right, let's unpause so that that can get done. Brilliant. Happiness will reach new heights. Are we going to crest past 600? I honestly would not be surprised, because there's a lot of stuff that we've got in excess. For example, veggie stew. Bread is also oftentimes in excess, which is great. Do I just want to create a train over here? I really do want to create a train over here. However, the problem with doing a train is that we'd have to probably do like a general store train, a food market train, an apothecary train, a gourmet foods train, a specialty goods train, and they'd all probably get delayed, I would imagine. Yeah, they'd all probably get delayed behind one another. But that's fine. Look, 640 happiness is nothing to sniff at. It's really quite impressive. Right, let's get the remainder of the houses upgraded to the appropriate level. Brilliant. Is that them all? That is absolutely everything. Holy cow, that actually worked. That actually worked, and it was pretty painless. We've got plenty of additional space out here, by the way. Like this area is going to be for like another 20 houses. And this is our base at level 9, by the way. We need 100 Omnistone in order to upgrade to, I think, level 10, which is, I believe, the maximum level. Right, let's check out what research we can do. We need a mana reactor in order to get that upgrade. So without further ado, let's see if we can try and get a mana reactor. It's also the only bit of research that we can do right now. I did talk a little bit earlier about how some levels of research require earth crystals. That's exactly why we're producing a whole bunch of extra earth crystals, even though we don't actually need them for the power setup right now. So that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do, and hopefully it'll all work out just fine. I am tremendously happy with the way that this area has turned out. It's looking really, really good. We can also talk a little bit about boosts and whatnot. So there are a bunch of... Hold up. Are we still introducing mana stones into the network? We are. And we're not using mana stones because we don't have polished stone. Why do we not have polished stone? We're out of fuel? We're out of fuel. Oh, you potato, you idiot. You idiot. Turn around. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself, video game. Turn. I would love to be able to turn trains around. But unfortunately, as it stands, I can't do that. You know what? Just try again. There you go. Okay. Filled up with fuel. I'm going to give you a 5th truck just to make sure you're alright. There we go. And now you got fuel. Now you can go. Okay. Polished stone. Why are we not able to create enough polished stone? Because there ain't no more stone to mine. There's a whole bunch of stone over here. Do I want to do that, though? I think I just want to go underground. I think I want to go underground. Seems to be the way that things are done these days. You know? There we go. Grab a mine shaft. See if that makes any difference. Honestly, we should probably be concerned about the quality of our underground sources. This mine over here, for example, I'm almost certain has depleted almost every single coal deposit. And we need to supply pickaxes in order to replenish the resources quicker. But you know what? That feels like a problem for another time. That doesn't feel like a real genuine problem right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is looking good. Very, very good. I hate the system, but I mean, gosh darn it, it actually does work. It does actually work. Okay, still, yeah, polished stone is a little bit of a pain in the backside how inconsistent that is, but that's fine. Same with necklace production. That is okay. Okay, the reactor research is ongoing at this moment in time, which is grand. We need 20 flippin' crystals. Wow, 20 crystals per bit of research. Now that's going to be a little bit difficult to sustain, but in a worst case scenario, you know what I do? We just move in another barn. That's right. It's literally that simple. We'll speed up that belt just to accelerate the progress a little bit. These books, by the way, these enchanted books can be used for a whole bunch of really, really wacky stuff. Not to mention the fact that they can be sold in specialty goods for two purple coins. That seems like a rank insult, to be honest, to the amount of effort that I've gone through to create them. Why would I want to sell them? Why would I want to sell them at the specialty goods store for a measly 2 coins? So yeah, some of these books can be upgraded to a whole bunch of stuff. Even the protection spellbook, 10 coins. I get 12 coins from a berry cake. And a berry cake just requires, you know, farms and pastures to make. Not mana power. Either way, we'll probably want to get it at some point. Look at this. Look at this. Looking really, really good. Really, really, really good. I think we're going to need a whole bunch of additional minecarts, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're going to need a whole bunch of additional minecarts. This system is really, really wacky, but it's really working out, you know? It's looking really good. I'm really happy with it. Also, looks like we've finally returned to reinforced plank. Reinforced plank surplus, which is really, really nice. It took a while. It took a while, but we got there in the end, didn't we? There we go. Delete that. That's not required anymore. Okay, here's the next semi-large project. I think it is going to be a railway line that we use to deliver the resources to where we need to go. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ditch this source of stone over here. A little bit of a large... Ooh, almost deleted that stone over there. That was almost a disaster. Almost, but not quite. Okay. So, I'm going to clear this area up, make sure that it's all leveled. The reason that it all needs to be leveled is that we're going to have a train station come over here. That's right. This is going to be the third. I want to say maybe the final, but I mean, look, I also don't want to commit to just doing one more rail route, because I actually really like doing the rail routes. I think they're really good. I think they are, to be honest, probably the best way of moving stuff around the map at high speed, right? Building is blocked. Yeah, of course it's going to be blocked. It's going to be blocked by a flippin' iron source, isn't it? I would like to increase the height of this, to be honest. I'd really love to increase the height of this. Let me see if we can just go off a... Yeah, we'll do something like that. That's probably fine enough. Yeah, excellent. Cool. Don't know why I've decided to elevate that block by 1, but I have, so therefore that's going to stay. Fine. Yeah, you know, double thick scaffolding for security or something. Right, come across here. Wonderful. That looks good. It looks a little bit jank, but it looks fine. I want to actually keep this area open-ish for the potential of running a boat around here if we need to. I doubt that I'll ever need to run a boat over here, but you know what? It's good practice, right? It's good practice to try and keep it somewhat, you know, to try and keep that option on the table. Okay. There we go. Wood arch. There we go. Okay, so that's good. That looks a little jank, but it's fine. I feel like jank is, you know, it's part and parcel of the package that you get with me at this point, isn't it? And that's even more jank, to be honest, but it's also fine. Hopefully that won't conflict with the route of the boats in any way. Either way, let's just create a nice short loop over here. There we go. You almost caught me on that little turn over there, video game, but got there in the end. Right. Another self-contained little loop here. Let's grab a train station. Excellent. And that gets smashed in right there. This gets smashed in right over here. And then we're going to add 2 brand new silos to the route over here. This one is going to be reserved for... Well, actually, it doesn't need to be reserved for necklaces quite yet. It doesn't actually need to be reserved for anything. But that's fine. Okay, barn right in there. Output 1, 2, 3. Grabber. Okay, we need to make sure that we have 2 slots reserved for a necklace. At this moment in time, I have no doubt. Crown. There we go. I have no doubt that we will end up producing more specialty goods stuff, and if it's like fancy specialty goods stuff, then we may very well end up making it over in the same area. For example, like the water ring, it's produced in the enchanter. There is a good chance, or the fire ring as well. Yeah, there's a good chance that all of these specialty products will be produced in this area. It's kind of what I intended with this area originally. So this train station hopefully will be used a little bit more fully. Okay, I'm gonna tidy this area up because it looks disastrously messy, even by my standards, frankly. Let's get it symmetricalized. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it, Potato? That makes sense. Just follow through. Just follow through. Pretend that it's a real world, a real word, and everyone will buy it. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, yeah, let's symmetricalize this area, and I want to get another dedicated belt over here. What do you know? That's crowns. That's necklaces. That's excellent. Okay, cool. So far, so good. The only other thing that we need to do now is get a little bit of coal and a little bit of water production. Yeah. It's literally that easy. Okay, it doesn't need to be a rail loader. It needs to be a fuel loader. Okay. Can I just get a single worker to do coal mining? Sure. If you take that route each and every time, I will not be unhappy with that. Totally a-okay with me. Right, then we grab a well. I've really screwed the pooch on this one. Scaffold, yep, cool. Belt. Excellent. Okay, and that's gonna be our water. Cool. All right, then we get a worker. We get this in here. A worker. What am I talking about? A worker, a train. And then potato, you just put the train in the worst possible position. Ah, sure. You know, a big long train is totally okay. Okay, so that is going to be on unload. Excellent. This is going to be on load. Wonderful. We don't need to wait until full. It may be possible, perhaps even recommended to do that to cut down on fuel usage, but I mean, that's never been a problem before. All right. We grab our water, we grab our fuel. Let's go. Are we going to have enough fuel to make it all the way along this treacherous route? Sure as heck hope so. I very much doubt we won't. Grab a one-way system thing. Grab that in there. Cool. It's looking good. Wow, we really chunked through that fuel on the ascent there, don't we? But plenty of fuel for the route. No issues there whatsoever. And we'll load up. It's a full necklace route, or a full necklace round at this moment. But that is fine. The stacks, by the way, the stacks of crowns, the stacks of necklaces can be quite large. Quite large. But that is completely fine. Either way, what a route. What a route. Okay, so that is the first part of the puzzle. Second part of the puzzle is to do this. And then to do this. And we say crowns only, or necklaces only. Necklaces. Sure, whatever. They can be both necklaces for now, but that'll change. Crowns there. Right, and then we get, what, 4? I think we get 4 minecarts. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of which does crowns. Crowns, yeah. Necklaces. Necklaces, excellent. Okay, let's dispatch all of these. Okay, off you go. And then the final piece of the puzzle, the final piece of the puzzle is that we have 1, 2 of these rail loaders over here. A couple of bits of belts. Cloth conveyor belt. Excellent. Where's the entrance to this thing, actually? It's over there. Okay. Now over at the front. Okay, I can see. There's a big old door in the entrance. Kind of makes sense, I guess. Okay, necklaces in one, crowns in the other. And at that point, the items really just flippin' deliver themselves. It's literally that simple, to be honest. It's literally that simple. I will say, I feel like the vast majority of success on this run is down to the fact. Also, flippin' heck, am I out of bread? I feel like I'm almost out of bread. Why is my bread production slowed down? It's because I ain't getting anywhere near enough grain. Ooh, that's sneaky. I didn't even notice that had slowed down. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna supplement our grain supply. Yeah, looking good. Excellent. Okay, so that is like 3... That is like 3 solid... Yeah, that is 3 solid shoots of grain. Which should help our grain mills a lot. Also, there are a lot of people working in this area. I really did not know that we actually needed more bread. Can you believe that? That's kind of ridiculous, actually, to think that we needed more bread. But there we are. I suppose we needed to do it. Okay, copy the farm tiles. Stick farm tiles under here. There's no reason that these should not be growing as fast as they possibly can. I mean, this is a mess of a farm. This is an absolute disaster of a farm, to be honest with you. It really is. Okay, plant up the rest of The grain in those farm tiles. Cool. I mean, yeah, it's a disaster of a farm, but it seems to be working fine enough. The grain mills, to be honest, are they're just going so darn fast now that we've got like a what is this? 170%, 180% production bonus thanks to happiness. I mean, that is obscene. That really is obscene. Either way, that's going to give us a lot more bread. I'm hoping. Still not enough to probably satisfy the population. I mean, this was a whole barn full of bread. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that we sold it. I mean, I suspect that it's where the vast majority of my thousands and thousands and thousands of yellow coins have come from. But it's still a lot. It's still a heck of a lot. All right. Necklace-wise, we're looking good. Yep. Very, very happy with that. How's our train doing? Have we moved a single crown yet? We've just started moving 20 or so of the crowns. And we need more iron. Who'd have thunk that would have been a problem, eh? Who'd have thunk? Yeah, so iron is the entirety of the problem here because of the underground iron not replenishing fast enough. I mean, the pickaxes that we've got over here, how do we get them around? How do we move them? If we even want to. Is it possible for us to move them via pipe? I suspect that might be bordering on the ridiculous, to be honest. However, you know what's not bordering on the ridiculous? This scaffolding which I'm about to make. Which is legitimately gonna, well, come back to haunt me, I suspect. That is such a garbage bit of scaffolding work. Right. Excellent. This is real. This is real. This is actually happening. Happening before your very eyes. Potato embarrasses himself with another ridiculously large construction project that he's very incapable of actually pulling off. Okay, we need to come out by one more. How does this sort of fit into the equation? Not well, actually, I'll say. Not well at all. Looks good. Okay, do that. Do that, or thereabouts, right? So what I want to do is I want to zip this all the way down. I don't want to touch the water. If I touch the water, I've got a potential to end up causing a problem with boats, and I don't want to do that. Either way, we're just going to create a ridiculously long conveyor belt full of pickaxes. Now, is this a sustainable solution? Not really. The reason that it's not a sustainable solution is that this is only like 2 mines that we're going to be able to supply. Are they the most important mines that we have? Yes, they absolutely are. However, it's not a very sustainable solution because there is just no way that we can belt pickaxes around like the entirety of the map. It's just not possible. But we can do it here, and we will do it here, and hopefully it'll rectify some of the supply issues that we're seeing with iron. Also, of course, I chose to use a ridiculously low throughput belt. I used the original cloth belt as opposed to using a proper belt. No slight to cloth belt, you know. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, even with metal belt. Metal belt requires cloth belt. You know, so there's a hierarchy of belts. I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced about the cloth belt anymore. We should really be using the metal belt as standard, but that's fine. Right, but so far the pickaxes have made it roughly 50% of the way along. That's totally fine. I tell you what, for good measure, why don't we see if we can try and unlock the rest of the areas? I don't think that there's anything else interesting to find. I don't think that there's any other temples that we've got to find. It's an entirely water tile apart from that little corner over there. Yeah, so I don't think that we're going to find anything else, but we might as well, like, unlock the full map. There might be an achievement in it. You never know. Or not, video game. You could just be stingy and not give me an achievement for that. That's cool too. A large area over here, which we had yet to fully explore. But there we go. We've unlocked the full map, and that's nice, isn't it? That's somewhat entertaining. Are you not entertained? You should be entertained. It's a very entertaining maneuver. Anyway, enough of my chatting. Have the pickaxes arrived? No, they haven't arrived because I messed up a tiny little bit of belt over there. Totally fine. Okay, so this should make a really big difference. So pickaxes, as far as I'm aware, underground resources are replenished 500% faster. That is a lot. That's a lot of percentage points. Now, I didn't think that you could get percentages that go above 100, but here I am with egg on my face, looking like an idiot. Oh, are we... What's the issue with this, What's the issue with this system? Oh, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. Okay, well... Here's what we're gonna do. We've actually got such a big backlog that we're gonna have to get an excess barn to store all of the excess crystals here. It's not a big problem, to be honest. Just means that hopefully we don't get into overflow territory, because we need the crystals to constantly be replenishing themselves. You know what? Just delete this. Delete this. To be honest, I think that's enough of a... That's enough crystals in the loop that we don't need to worry about it anymore. There we go. Okay. So that is hopefully enough crystals in the loop. I would wager, yep, that this belt needs to be upgraded. It is disastrously slow, and in and of itself is causing quite a few problems. Have we done the same with purple? Is purple backlogged? Wow, purple is backlogged. Purple is backlogged too. All right, I thought I turned off the purple crystal injection, but apparently that was not the case. Okay, well look, let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson to you. This is part of the problem with letting your crystals go astray. Never let your crystals go astray. Lesson for you there, folks. Big lesson. Never let your crystals go astray. So here's what we're gonna do. It's a little bit of a cheaty solution. However, we're gonna do it nonetheless. We're gonna end up creating a little bit of a maze. We're gonna create a slightly longer route for our crystals to go through in order to get to where they need to go. And that will, believe it or not, that will get the whole thing moving. And as long as we don't introduce any new crystals to the mix, which we're not going to do because I've disabled the transmission area over here, we should be totally fine. Might take a little while for it to sort of clear the backlog, but that's fine. That is totally fine. This needs to get upgraded as well. This belt we talked about not having super slow belt. Again, I should be using metal belt as a standard belt. Also, look at this happiness. 190% production bonus. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And that's the specialty goods kicking in. Also, financially doing very, very well. Very, very, very well. Yep. What can I say? Very, very satisfied with the situation here. Yeah, it's looking really, really good. Looking really, really good. How's the pickaxes? How's the pickaxes doing? The pickaxe... Wow, holy cow. Let me look at the mining overlay. Oh my giddy aunt. Look at the speed of replenishment here. Well, that is something that I never expected to see. I can actually build more mine shafts over here. There we go. Okay, so you know that'll hopefully mean that we're gonna be fine into the future. It's a little bit janky, but that's okay. We're not going to be able to reach this iron ore deposit with these 2 mines, unfortunately. But, you know, now that we've got the pickaxes coming in, I'm sure that we'll be fine. I don't know what the payback is like. I don't know if we're going to end up using more pickaxes than we realistically should. I don't know if we're going to be iron positive. I certainly hope that we are. But either way, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And you know what? That's a pretty good place to wrap this episode up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Factory Town. What can I say? We've never been happier. We're only using 2/3 of our maximum population. We only need 100 Omnistone in order to bring our base to level 10. That's tremendously exciting. This area is looking so darn professional that it makes me want to cry. It really is looking so darn good. Look at all these crowns. Look at all these crowns. Look at all these necklaces coming in. It's brilliant. Thank you, as ever, to the fantastic Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/showbutapotato. Also, thanks to Banana and C Senpai for being the 2 $25+ tier patrons. Thank you very, very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.